Gillmore, and for my behavior change, I chose drinking a gallon of water a day. I thought it'd be hard to jump in with drinking a straight gallon, so at the first 2 weeks I did half a gallon, and for the second 2 weeks I did a full gallon. I picked a gallon of water a day because I typically drink a lot of sweet tea, pop, things like that, and I wanted to create a healthier lifestyle. I picked a gallon also just because they say that as an athlete you should drink about 75 to 150 ounces of water a day, and so then that's where I came up with the gallon idea. When drinking water, you can experience benefits such as fluid balance, calorie control, muscle fuel, clear skin, kidney function, fatigue booster, pain prevention, sickness fighter, and brain boost. As a student athlete, I want to be on my top physical and mental performance, and I thought that drinking water can help me achieve that. And this is how my behavior change went. This is my friend Raz when I was getting ready for practice. Since doing my behavior change, I felt better than ever. I've lost a little bit of weight from the sugary drinks that I've cut out. I have noticed a difference in my skin just being clearer, and I just overall have more energy. I'm not having like the energy crashes that I did when I was drinking like sugary drinks and things like that. To finish up, I just want to talk about some of the other points. As far as my process through the stages of change, within this project, I started in the contemplation phase. I was thinking about trying to add in drinking more water to my daily living, and then I went to the preparation phase as I decided to do it, and I was getting prepared for a behavior change like that, and now I'm in the action phase, or I am doing it. I'm working to be in the maintenance phase. Second, to talk about my motivation from self-determination application, I am intrinsically motivated, and within that I am identified regulation because I have an end goal of having an overall more healthy lifestyle. And as I continue my project, my self-determination has evolved because I have experienced results like I previously stated. Lastly, and what really hits home for me on this project is the lessons I've learned within the course material. One of my favorite things that we did through the course and I got to incorporate with this project is taking the personality test. Within the personality, I scored high in some categories that would make me cohesive to stick to an exercise plan or made me a behavior change, but I've also scored high in some of the categories that would make me less likely to stick to an exercise plan and things like that. And I've really seen that with the project. Sometimes I worked really good at it and sometimes I didn't, and so it just has really opened up my eyes as far as what kind of personality they need to be and to have to really be adhesive to a change like this, and what people should do if they don't necessarily have those exact personality traits, which a lot of people don't. And lastly, one thing that I noticed that I really didn't think would be a big deal for me, and I didn't put it in my my overall plan, is positive reinforcement. I wasn't really setting a goal for myself of giving myself something when I did good at my project, but I did experience some positive reinforcement for me, which was like seeing results as far as having more energy or losing a little bit of weight. And so I really learned that positive reinforcement has been a big thing for me for this project, and this helped me stay with this project, and I've learned that it will help other people as well. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my self-monitoring form and my barriers. For one of the barriers, it was just carrying around a gallon with me throughout the day and that kind of stuff. It's a little bit of a hassle, so I did things like carrying an extra bag to make carrying the gallon easier. I also measured out how many Yeti cups it would take for me to drink a gallon, and that way it's easier to carry my Yeti cup with me than a whole gallon, and just make sure that I'm refilling it throughout the day. For a second barrier, a lot of times I'm not necessarily want something like a sweet tea or a pop, but I want like the but I want the sugars in it. And so carrying around healthy snacks with natural sugars so that I don't have a temptation to drink stuff like pop and things like that. And then for the last barrier is just being overall busy, and that kind of comes with my self-monitoring form. And so, as you can see, is in the red is when we had a horse show, and I didn't really have a chance to keep my half a gallon of water with me and that kind of stuff, so I didn't really make it on those days. The yellow is the days that I did make my half a gallon or my gallon. You can see that I had a harder time making the gallon. A lot of times I'd come close to it. As I continue my project on now, I'm doing better about making the full gallon. And then the purple is just showing that this was Thanksgiving weekend. It was a little crazy. I wasn't necessarily able to take my gallon of water like when I went Black Friday shopping and things like that. So it made it harder to get my gallon of water during those days. Okay, so 2 lessons that I have learned doing the behavior change is, the first one is it's really hard to start something during the holidays. When we finished up this project, it was over Thanksgiving, and I just noticed my schedule was different and all that kind of stuff, and so it was harder to continue with my behavior change when I guess I just didn't have as normal of a lifestyle. And with continuing my behavior change, even though the project is over, with finals coming up and getting ready to go home for Christmas break and all that kind of stuff, my days are just a little bit more crazy, and it just once again is harder to keep up with my behavior change and drinking a gallon of water a day. For my second lesson that I've learned is that you want to work your way into a behavior change. I didn't start off right away with a gallon just because I just didn't think it was doable. So I started off with a half a gallon and then did a little bit more than a half a gallon a day, and then eventually worked up to a full gallon.